What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Jay Ronin with another deck profile, and this time we're gonna look at Blue Eyes. But since all of you guys know, we're upon the actual implementation of Master Rule 5 or Master Rule 4 second revision, whatever you want to call it, meaning we don't need link monsters for shit. So obviously, a lot of decks need to change and adapt to this new type of play style, right? And Blue Eyes is one of those decks that will actually be benefited because we never got a damn link monster that would benefit us a lot. Obviously there's a ton of dragons out there, but nothing that would specifically push, Blue Eyes over the edge. But we did get some support, and that's gonna make for some spicy plays in this deck. So without further ado, let's take a look at this deck profile of Blue Eyes for Master Rule 5. So first and foremost, obviously, triple Blue Eyes White Dragon. And I'm still debating whether to keep this artwork, which has been my favorite artwork for the longest time. I'm a rarity whore, and I love secret rares. But we do have those brand new secret rare Blue Eyes White Dragons from the movie pack secret rare edition. So I don't know which one's going to end up staying. So triple Blue Eyes White Dragon, mandatory. You never run anything less than that. Obviously, if you're going to run a Blue Eyes deck, you need triple Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. And I am trying to get my hands on those brand new secret rare Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragons. For now, the gold rares will have to do. We are running one Dragon Spirit of White. You need some type of back row removal, and this one is great, You can always find it, you can always search it, and when it's special summon, it's not a hard once per turn, I believe, and just banishes the card rather than send it to the graveyard, because there's a lot of cards out there that when they're sent to the graveyard, they get further utility, and with this card, they don't get that. They get banished, and then you won't have to worry about that. For more of the dragon package, we are running 2 Nebula Dragons, and if you don't know what this card does, its effect reads as follows. You can reveal this card and one other level 8 dragon monster in your hand, special summon both in defense position but negate their effects. Also, you cannot normal or special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except light or dark dragon monsters. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one level 4 light or dark dragon monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. You can only use each effect of Nebula Dragon once per turn. Okay, I had to go shut my damn dog up. So, and then also, and this is kind of like the most underrated card in the deck, the new Galactic Spiral Dragon. This card is amazing. It does for some really nice replays. This is actually going to allow us, because I know this is probably what you clicked, this is actually going to allow us to use Ultimaya on this deck, and its effect reads as follows. While this card is in your hand or graveyard, if you control 2 or more light and or dragon monsters, you can special summon this card in defense position, but banish it when it leaves the field. So this doesn't really matter because you've used this to go into a rank 8 dragon or rank 8 monster, and you detach it for its effect. It's not leaving the field, so it doesn't get banished. So then the next turn you could just keep bringing this back. Its second effect is, during your main phase, you can make all monsters you can currently control become level 8 until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect of Galactic Spiral Dragon once per turn. So, how do we make Ultimaya with this card? Well, you can make all monsters you currently control level 8, and we are running a couple of different things. For the completion of our Blue Eyes core, we are running 2 White Stones and 2 White Stone of the Ancients. So both of these cards are actually tuners. So if you bring this dragon back, and if you have this White Stone, you can make this stone a level 8, and this is going to be a level 8 tuner, and this is going to be a level 8 monster. So that's what you need to make Ultimaya in this deck. So obviously, the White Stone of Legend, if it's sent to the graveyard, you get to search a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and the White Stone of the Ancients, if it's sent to the graveyard, you get to special summon a Blue Eyes monster at the end of the turn, so you could bring your Spirit of White out and banish back row. And when this is in the graveyard, you could banish it to get a Blue Eyes White Dragon back to your hand. Now, to finish our Blue Eyes core, we are running one Sage with the Eyes of Blue and one Maiden with the Eyes of Blue. Obviously, these were like really good support back in the day, but I cut it back way back. Mainly, Maiden is a tuner. If you get her out, it depends on where you're going. At the very least, you could get a Blue Eyes out of this. And if you have both of them, it's a really good one because you can summon Maiden, activate Sage, target Maiden, special summon a Blue Eyes because of Maiden's effects, and then special summon another Blue Eyes because of Sage's effect. But that's I would say it's like a underrated play. There's other things that you can do with the deck now with the new support. And we need some hand traps. So as for hand traps, all we're running is one Effect Veiler and two Ash Blossoms. I don't like it. I don't like running 3 Ash Blossoms because I don't like it when I end up having an Ash and like nothing to do with it. There's some decks out there that can get around that, obviously. I mean, it's a good call by the grave bait, and that's mostly what I use it for because I don't want them to banish my Blue Eyes. But this is the ratio that we're running, and it's working so far. And then, also, to top off the list of dragons that we're running one Amorphous Goliath. And you'll see how we bust this out. And, a lot of people, gone are the days when you can summon Dark Matter, get Goliath, and lock your opponent out. But we can still do this. We can still run Goliath. We can still summon it. And it's going to be perfectly fine. Now, as for the spells, we need draw power, obviously, because this is Blue Eyes, aka Break Eyes most of the time. So, triple trading, mandatory. And I'm running 2 Melody of Awakening Dragon. This card, you discard 1 card and search your Blue Eyes alternative in regular Blue Eyes most of the time. We are running double Dark Ruler no more because this is a go second deck, right? Everybody knows Blue Eyes is a go second deck, so you don't want to deal with those break my board. So if they have all these monsters with all these negations and they don't have a Solemn to stop you, then they won't stop you. You could just activate Dark Ruler no more. They can't do anything, and then you start comboing off, and then slowly but surely breaking their boards with some effects, and then just attacking the shit out of them. We have double call by the grave because we want our stuff to go through. So obviously we don't like hand traps. That's why we don't run that many of them either. And we are running double Return of the Dragon Lords. Obviously 3 Return of the Dragon Lords would be also a good one. But instead of that, I am running a regular Monster Reborn. And that's because I've seen, especially if you're going against like a zombie deck and they have Zombie World out, you can't use Return of the Dragon Lords because every monster in your graveyard becomes a zombie. Obviously, that's only for like zombies, but it's just a good thing to have like another card to bring something out, even if it's not a dragon. So I just dial it back a little bit. And also, like I said, you have Spiral Galaxy, which just keeps coming back every turn. So we don't really need a lot of any more recursion. I would probably remove one of the following traps to add another Return of the Dragon Lords, and we'll test that out. We have 1 Twin Twister. We don't run a lot because you do have the Spirit. This is mainly just if you have, obviously, back row to deal with, and if you need to dump some dragons into the graveyard so you can get them back later. I am running, though, triple the Ultimate Creature of Destruction. Now, this card, I believe, is very underrated. So if you don't know what this does, is you target a Blue Eyes monster that you control, and this turn, that face-up Blue Eyes monster, it's unaffected by card effect except its own, and it cannot be destroyed by a battle. And any monster that battles with that Blue Eyes, at the end of the damage steps, is destroyed. So if you just have a regular vanilla Blue Eyes, right, and you activate this card, your opponent is not doing shit this turn unless they kaiju it, because it's unaffected by card effects except its own, but it's a regular Blue Eye, so who cares? And if they have something stronger to attack over the Blue Eyes, that monster is dying. So this is a really nice way to just put a barrier. I mean, it's Blue Eyes, that's what it does. And also, if this card is in the graveyard, when you special summon your regular Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can set it again on the field, but you banish it when it leaves the field. So a lot of times, you just have a regular Blue Eyes, you set this, if they, try to Twin Twister, try to blow it up or whatever they need to do, you just flip it, target your Blue Eyes, they're not doing anything that turn, unless, like I say, they have a Kaiju. And then for the one-offs that we run one Raigeki. I run a Raigeki on every deck that I have, because why would you not? It's great. It's a win-win situation. If they have something that will negate a card, they will use it on Raigeki. If they don't, their fields is getting blown up. So I don't understand people that don't run Raigeki on their builds. I mean, I would believe it if it was still like a $30 card, but it's been reprinted into oblivion, and now it's like $4 or $5. You know, you could get that. So just put that everywhere, bros. Also, another win condition for Blue Eyes, it's always been skill drain, and we have the Lost Art promotional version, right, with the horns, dope +1. Flip this. Who the hell is getting over your 3,000 attack monsters? And we have something stronger than that. One Black Horn of Heaven. Nobody main decks Black Horn of Heaven except me, I guess. But it always helps. It's one of those cards that if I have more, I'll probably add more. But you know, a lot of people don't expect this. If you don't know what Black Horn of Heaven does, its effect reads as follows. It says, when your opponent would special summon a monster, negate the special summon, and if you do, destroy it. It's as simple as that. You're trying to special summon some shit. This says, nah. And you don't pay life points like you would with like Solemn Strike and stuff like that. And we are running one Breakthrough Skill. I used to have more, but then I have to dial it back because of the rest of the cards. And Breakthrough Skill, obviously, you target a face-up effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effect of that opponent's face-up monster until the end of the turn. During the turn, except the same turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target another face-up monster in the field your opponent controls and negate the effect. So, you know, negates an opponent's monster's effect twice, just not on the same turn. And that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, we run Heraldic Seal, right? It's a Link 2. I know I said we weren't going to use links, but I lied, because this is good. All you need is 2 dragons. Make this. If your opponent is trying to do something, you could tribute this to bounce a card your opponent controls. And if this is tributed, you can special summon a dragon from your deck, which would be Goliath. Its attack and defense becomes 0, but that's perfectly fine. We don't care about that. And the reason why we don't care about that is because we run, obviously, Titanic Galaxy, Harbinger. If you have these 2 on the field, bounce this, get Goliath on the field, you have Titanic. Goliath is 0 attack. If your opponent normal summons something trying to run over a 0 defense monster, activate Hope's Harbinger's effect to redirect the attack to him, and that's how you protect your Goliath from just dying as soon as he comes out. We run 1 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord because negation. We run 1 Tachyon because negation, and also we want to climb up. And we run 1 Divine Dragon Knight Felgrant because protection. And we are running 1 Galaxy Cypher Dragon because we want to climb up into Cypher Blade or Full Armor Photon Dragon. So these are the rank 8s that you go into with this deck. If you don't know what they do, Full Armor blows up 1 face-up card your opponent controls. Cypher Blade blows up 1 card your opponent controls. Full Armor is 4,000 attack. Cypher Blade is 3,200 attack. If Cypher Blade dies, is destroyed by battle card effect, you can summon the regular Cypher Dragon from your graveyard, and then you can just rank back up, right? If you have Cypher, in the field, you rank up into Cypher Blade just by putting it on the top. You detach Cypher, blow something up. Cypher Blade dies, brings back Cypher. If it survives until the next turn, you just go into Full Armor right there and then pop something else up. So that's kind of the dynamic with the deck. And obviously, if you have Tachyon Dragon, you can always rank up into Full Armor or Cypher Blade as well. And then for the rest of the extra deck, we're running 1 Twin Burst, to deal with those problematic monsters that can be destroyed by battle and you need to banish them or stuff like that. We are running, obviously, 1 Blue Eyes Spirit, right? 1 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. This is also, and a lot of people don't use this effect, but this also negates a card that would activate in the graveyard. So if your opponent dumps something and they try to activate it in the graveyard, you just say negate, and they usually go like, wait, what the hell? Like, this thing negates? It does. It doesn't only just bring Azurize out, which obviously we are running because we want to get those blue eyes back from the graveyard, and also the turn it's brought out, it protects your dragons. We are also running Ultimaya to Sogan, right? Because this card just requires, let me double check this. By sending 2 level 5 or higher monsters you control with the same level to the graveyard, 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner. So this would be your galaxy and one of the tuners, one of the stones, or the effect, I don't know, someone's effect will bring the galaxy dragon, make it level 8, and then there you have it. So you can make Ultimaya in here, and then to bring Ultimaya out, to bring out with Ultimaya, we're running 1 crystal, because crystal is the shit, and 1 Bilzy. And last but certainly not least, 1 Borolo Dragon, because it's the GOAT. If you need to get rid of something, non-destruction, non-targeted removal, just suck it up, your monster's mine. That's as far as it goes. We do have a side deck to go over here with you today, and it's very, very, very minimalistic. So the only thing that I side deck is an extra Twin Twister, just in case I go into, you know, those mixed in mime scums and you need to constantly be blowing up their shit. Double Ogres, just in case there's not a lot of search but a lot of effects. I'll take out the Ash Blossoms and put the Ghost Ogres. And if you really want to mess people up and they're running anything that is dark, my spicy tech for the day is Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. So this is a really, really old card, and its effect reads as follows. When the effect of a dark monster activates on the field or in the graveyard, it's just negated. And this is a continuous trap. So all of your monsters are light, right? If you're going against Orcas, just flip this up. They're not doing anything because all the monsters are dark and they can't activate. If you're going against zombies, you know, just flip this. They can't activate either in the field or in the graveyard, so it doesn't really matter. You know, a lot of decks will fall to this. I'm thinking seriously about maybe just main decking this, but there has been times where, you know, you go against other decks that don't have any dark monsters, like for example Spirals right now. That's, you know, strongest deck in the meta, and Spirals don't have any darks. They're just like Earths and shit. And if you do against, I don't know, Mech Knights or any other, you know, Salamangreats are fire and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I decided to side this out. But if you're going against a deck that is using dark monsters, just add this to the deck, flip it, and just give them the finger. So that's it, you guys. This is my deck profile for Blue Eyes, ready for Master Rule 5, because obviously we wouldn't be able to be using Ultimaya in Master Rule 4. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hopefully you like this video, and see you next time.